Lesson 1, HomeGoods Hunt.
Morning, Anna. Have you heard about that new home goods store that just opened up?
No, I haven't. Where is it located?
It's just a few blocks over, near the coffee shop. I've been meaning to check it out.
Ooh, that sounds like a great spot to find some new decor pieces.
Exactly. I'm in the market for a few new throw pillows and maybe a nice vase or two.
Same here. My living room could use a little sprucing up.
Well, what do you say we head over there together? We could make a day of it.
I'm in. We can browse, maybe grab a bite to eat afterwards.
Sounds perfect. I bet they have all sorts of unique, affordable items.
I'm excited to see what they have. Home goods shopping is one of my favorite things.
Mine too. There's just something satisfying about finding the perfect little something for your space.
Definitely. Plus, it's a great way to get inspired and try out new decorating ideas.
Absolutely. Shall we get going then? I'm ready to hunt for some home goods treasures.
Let's do it. This is going to be fun.
I have a feeling we're going to find some real gems.
Lesson 2, Vegetable Variety.
Morning, Anna. I've been reading about the benefits of eating more vegetables. Did you know that?
No, I didn't. What are the main advantages of incorporating more veggies into our diets?
Well, for starters, vegetables are packed with essential vitamins and minerals.
That's true. Things like vitamin C, potassium, and fiber, right?
Exactly. And they're low in calories, so they can help with weight management.
Ah, I see. So they're a great way to feel full without consuming a lot of extra calories.
Definitely. Plus, the fiber in vegetables aids digestion and can even reduce cholesterol.
Wow, I didn't realize vegetables had so many health benefits. What are some good options to try?
Leafy greens like spinach and kale are fantastic. Broccoli and carrots are also very nutritious.
I love roasted Brussels sprouts too. They have such a delicious, nutty flavor.
Agreed. And don't forget about versatile veggies like zucchini and bell peppers.
You're right, the options are endless. I should definitely try to eat more of a variety.
Absolutely. Mixing it up with different vegetables keeps things interesting and ensures you get a wide range of nutrients.
I'm convinced. I'm going to make it a point to incorporate more veggies into my meals.
That's great, Anna. Your body will thank you for it. Eating healthy has so many wonderful benefits.
I'm excited to explore new veggie recipes and find some new favorites. Thanks for the inspiration.
My pleasure. Anytime you want to chat more about healthy eating, I'm happy to discuss.
Lesson 3, Aquatic Adventures.
Yo, Anna. I was just chatting with some friends about their swimming experiences. Did you know a lot of them have had swimming lessons?
Oh, really? That's interesting. I didn't realize so many of your friends were into swimming.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Some of them have even become certified lifeguards.
Wow, that's impressive. Being a lifeguard seems like such a responsible job.
Definitely. They have to go through extensive training to learn all the safety protocols and rescue techniques.
I bet that takes a lot of dedication and hard work. Swimming must be a big part of their lives.
For sure. They're really passionate about it and spend a ton of time in the water.
I can imagine. Swimming is such a versatile skill, you can use it for fitness, recreation, or even as a career.
Exactly. And it's a great way to stay active and healthy, especially during the summer months.
I agree. Maybe I should look into taking some swimming lessons myself. It could be a fun new hobby.
I think that's a great idea. It's never too late to learn. I'm sure you'd pick it up really quickly.
Yeah, I'm getting inspired listening to all your friends' stories. It sounds really rewarding.
It is. And the best part is you can do it anywhere there's a pool or lake. So convenient.
That's true. Alright, I'm convinced. I'm going to look into signing up for some lessons. Thanks for the recommendation.
Awesome, I'm glad I could help inspire you. Let me know how it goes when you get started.
Will do. I'm excited to dive in, pun intended.
Ha, nice one. I look forward to hearing all about your aquatic adventures.
Lesson 4, Celebratory Delights.
Hey Anna, I've been thinking about hosting a little get together soon. Any ideas for a fun theme or occasion?
Ooh, a celebration. There are so many possibilities. What kind of event did you have in mind?
Well, my birthday is coming up next month, but I was also thinking maybe a housewarming party since I just moved into a new place.
A housewarming and birthday combo, that's a great choice. I'm sure you'll have a blast celebrating both.
Yeah, I thought it could be a good excuse to get all my friends together. Plus, I'm excited to show off the new digs.
I bet. Moving into a new home is always such an exciting milestone. Have you started planning any decorations or activities?
Not yet, but I'm open to suggestions. I want to make it a really memorable party.
How about a fun tropical theme? You could do Hawaiian shirts, leis, and fruity cocktails.
Ooh, I like that idea. It would be perfect for the summer weather. And I can totally see my friends getting into the island vibe.
Absolutely. And you could even have a luau-style meal with roasted pineapple, coconut rice, and grilled chicken.
Yum, that sounds delicious. I'm getting hungry just thinking about it.
Haha, well, you'll have to make sure to save me a plate. I'd be happy to help you put everything together.
Really? That would be amazing, Anna. I could definitely use an extra hand with all the planning.
Of course. It'll be so much fun to celebrate your big day in style. Just let me know what I can do to help.
You're the best. I really appreciate it. This party is going to be unforgettable, I can feel it.
I'm sure it will be. Your guests are lucky to have such a thoughtful host like you.
Ah, shucks. Well, I do my best. Can't wait to see how it all comes together.
Lesson 5, Lending a Helping Hand.
Hey Anna, can I ask you something?
Sure, John, what's up?
Well, my dad's been having a bit of a tough time lately, and I've been trying to help him out where I can.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. It's great that you're being so supportive.
Yeah, I don't mind at all. He's always been there for me, so I'm happy to return the favor.
That's really admirable, John. I'm sure he really appreciates you taking the time to help.
I hope so. I just want to make sure he knows I've got his back, you know?
Absolutely. Family is so important, and it's wonderful that you two have such a close relationship.
Definitely. And to be honest, I find that helping him out has actually been good for me too.
Oh, how so?
Well, it gives me a sense of purpose, and it's really rewarding to see him start to feel better.
That's a great point. Helping others can be such a positive experience for the giver as well.
Exactly. I feel more connected to him, and it's just generally boosted my mood.
That's awesome, John. It's amazing how acts of kindness can have a ripple effect.
For sure. And the best part is, I don't even mind doing things for him. It comes naturally.
That's so heartwarming to hear. Your relationship with your dad is clearly very special.
It is, and I'm grateful for it every day. He's been an incredible role model for me.
That's wonderful, John. I'm sure your dad is equally grateful to have you in his corner.
I hope so. At the end of the day, I'm just glad I can be there for him, you know?
Absolutely. It's clear you have a deep, genuine care for your father. That's truly admirable.
Thanks, Anna. I really appreciate you letting me gush about this. It means a lot.
Of course, John. It's been a pleasure hearing about your special bond. Family is so important.
You got that right. I'm lucky to have someone like him in my life.
Lesson 6, Jokes and Prejudice.
Morning, Anna. Can I ask your opinion on something?
Of course, John. What's on your mind?
Well, I've been hearing some jokes lately that are really bothering me.
Oh? What kind of jokes are you talking about?
They're the kind that make fun of different races. I just don't find them funny at all.
I see. Those kinds of jokes can be really hurtful and insensitive.
Exactly. It's not right to joke about someone's race or ethnicity.
I completely agree. Racial prejudice is never acceptable, even in the form of humor.
Thank you. I'm glad you feel the same way. I just don't understand why people think those jokes are okay.
Unfortunately, some people don't realize how damaging those kinds of jokes can be. They may think they're just being silly, but they're perpetuating harmful stereotypes.
That's a good point. I guess they don't see the bigger picture.
Exactly. It's important to educate people and help them understand why those jokes are so problematic.
Definitely. I'm going to start calling it out when I hear those kinds of jokes.
That's a great idea, John. Speaking up and challenging that kind of behavior is so important.
I agree. I just want to do my part to make the world a more inclusive and respectful place.
That's a wonderful goal, John. The world needs more people like you who are willing to stand up against prejudice.
Thanks, Anna. I appreciate you listening and sharing your thoughts on this.
Of course, John. I'm always happy to discuss important issues like this. It's a conversation we all need to be having.
Definitely. I'm glad we're on the same page about this.
Me too. Let's keep spreading the message of acceptance and understanding.
Absolutely. I'm ready to do my part.
Lesson 7, Ancient Wonders.
Hey Anna, did you know the Great Wall of China was built over 2,000 years ago?
Really? I had no idea it was that old. That's incredible.
Yeah, it's one of the most impressive engineering feats in human history.
What I find fascinating is that the Chinese were forced to work on the wall.
Exactly. Entire armies and thousands of laborers were conscripted to build it.
And they constructed these large and small forts and watchtowers along the way.
Absolutely. The wall was carefully guarded to prevent invasions from the north.
It must have been an immense undertaking. How long did it take to complete?
It's estimated the wall was built over several centuries, with various dynasties adding to it.
Wow, that's amazing. The dedication and manpower required is mind-boggling.
For sure. It's no wonder the Great Wall is considered one of the wonders of the ancient world.
I'd love to visit someday and walk along the ramparts. It must be awe-inspiring.
Definitely. To think of all the history that has unfolded there is just remarkable.
I agree. The Great Wall is truly a testament to human determination and engineering.
Absolutely. I'm glad we got to chat about this fascinating piece of history.
Lesson 8: Staying motivated.
Hey, Anna. Can I ask you about something?
Sure, John. What's on your mind?
Well, I've been trying to make some progress on a personal goal of mine, but I'm starting to lose motivation.
I see. It can be really tough to stay motivated, especially with long-term goals.
Exactly. I was wondering if you had any tips for keeping that momentum going.
Well, I've found that setting small, achievable milestones along the way can be really helpful.
That's a good idea. I've been trying to take it one step at a time, but sometimes it feels like I'm not making enough progress.
I understand. It's important to celebrate those small wins, even if they don't feel as significant as the big picture.
That's a great point. I should probably be more mindful of acknowledging my progress, even if it's gradual.
Absolutely. And don't be too hard on yourself if you have setbacks. That's all part of the process.
You're right. I tend to be pretty tough on myself, which probably isn't helping.
It's easy to do, but try to be kind to yourself. Setbacks are an opportunity to learn and adjust your approach.
I'll keep that in mind. What else would you recommend for staying motivated?
Well, it can be really helpful to have an accountability partner or someone you can check in with regularly.
That's a great idea. Maybe I can find a friend or family member who's working towards a similar goal.
Exactly. Having that extra support and encouragement can make a big difference.
I'll definitely look into that. Thanks for the helpful suggestions, Anna.
Of course, John. I'm always happy to share what's worked for me. Let me know if you need any other tips.
I appreciate that. I'll be sure to let you know how it goes.
Sounds good. I'm rooting for you to keep making progress on your goal.
Thank you, Anna. It means a lot to have your support.
Lesson 9: Cooking creatively.
Morning, Anna. Can I ask you about something you cooked recently?
Absolutely, John. I made a really delicious stir-fry the other day.
Oh, that sounds great. What ingredients did you use?
Well, I started with some tofu, added a variety of fresh veggies, and then seasoned it all with sesame oil.
Tofu and veggies, that's a pretty healthy combination.
Definitely. I try to incorporate more plant-based proteins and fresh produce into my meals.
That's awesome. Do you have a go-to stir-fry recipe, or do you mix it up?
I like to switch it up, actually. I find that experimenting with different ingredients keeps it interesting.
I can see the appeal of that. What other things have you tried in your stir-fries?
Oh, all sorts of things. I've used everything from mushrooms and bell peppers to snow peas and water chestnuts.
Wow, that's quite a variety. Do you have a favorite veggie or protein to use?
That's a tough question. I really enjoy the flavor and texture of tofu, but I also love the versatility of mushrooms.
Interesting. I don't have much experience cooking with tofu, but I'm intrigued.
It's really easy to work with and takes on the flavors of whatever you pair it with. You should give it a try.
I might just have to do that. Do you have any tips for cooking tofu successfully?
Definitely. I'd recommend pressing it to remove excess moisture, and then searing or baking it to get a nice crispy exterior.
Good to know. I'll have to keep that in mind when I give it a shot.
Absolutely. And don't be afraid to experiment with different marinades or seasonings. That's half the fun of cooking.
I like that approach. Keeping an open mind and trying new things.
Exactly. Cooking should be an adventure, not a chore.
I appreciate you sharing your stir-fry expertise, Anna. You've definitely inspired me to get a little more creative in the kitchen.
Lesson 10, Table Service.
Excuse me, can I get your attention for a moment?
Of course, how can I assist you?
I was hoping to place an order for lunch. Do you have a few minutes to take it?
Absolutely, I'd be happy to take your order. What can I get started for you?
Great, let me take a look at the menu. The grilled chicken salad sounds delicious.
An excellent choice. Would you like anything else with that?
Maybe a side of roasted vegetables as well. And could I get a water to drink?
Wonderful, I'll put that order in right away. Would you like me to bring the water out first?
That would be fantastic, thank you. I appreciate you taking the time.
Not a problem at all, it's my pleasure. I'll have that water to you momentarily.
Wonderful, I look forward to it. Just let me know when the food will be ready.
Will do. I'll have your order out as soon as it's fresh off the grill. Sit tight and I'll be right back.
Sounds good, I appreciate your attentive service.
It's my job to ensure you have a great dining experience. I'll be back in a flash with your water.
I have no doubt. You're doing a wonderful job so far.
Lesson 11, Technological Advancements.
Morning, Anna. Have you been keeping up with the latest tech news?
Good morning, John. I have, actually. The advancements happening are quite fascinating.
I agree, it's incredible how quickly technology is evolving these days.
Absolutely. The pace of innovation is simply breathtaking.
For sure. What's the latest breakthrough that's caught your eye?
Well, I've been reading about these new AI assistants that can engage in natural conversations.
Ah, yes, those virtual helpers are quite impressive. The natural language processing is so advanced.
Indeed. And the potential applications are endless. Imagine having a personal assistant like that.
Definitely. It would be like having a knowledgeable companion at your fingertips.
Exactly. And the AI just keeps getting smarter and more capable.
No doubt. I'm curious to see what other groundbreaking tech is on the horizon.
Me too. The future is going to be an exciting place with all these innovations.
I couldn't agree more. This is really a remarkable time to be alive.
Absolutely. Technology is truly transforming the world around us.
It's an incredible time of progress. I can't wait to see what comes next.
Lesson 12: Airline Upgrades.
Excuse me, Anna, do you have a moment to discuss airline upgrades?
Certainly, John. I'd be happy to provide some information on that.
Great, I was hoping to upgrade my ticket to business class for an upcoming flight.
Ah, I see. Well, the cost to upgrade can vary quite a bit depending on the airline and route.
I figured as much. Do you have a general sense of the typical upgrade fees?
It really depends, but I'd say most domestic flights are in the $100 to $300 range.
Okay, that's a bit more than I was expecting. Is there a way to get a better deal?
Well, one option is to look into discounted business class fares rather than an upgrade.
Ah, I see, that's an interesting idea. What's the difference there?
The discounted business class tickets are sometimes cheaper than upgrading an economy fare.
Interesting, I'll have to look into that. And the extra legroom is included, right?
Yes, absolutely. Business class provides much more spacious and comfortable seating.
That's great, the extra legroom would be a real perk on a long flight.
Definitely. It makes a big difference in terms of in-flight comfort and experience.
Wonderful, I think I'll look into booking a discounted business class ticket then.
Sounds like a great plan. Let me know if you need any help finding the best deal.
I appreciate that, thanks Anna. You've been very helpful with explaining the options.
Lesson 13, Finding One's True Calling.
Morning, Anna. I've been thinking a lot about people's career paths lately.
Oh? What's got you pondering that topic, John?
Well, I read this article about Norman Bethune, the famous Canadian doctor. It got me reflecting on how people discover their true life's work.
That's an intriguing subject. What did the article say about Bethune's journey?
Apparently, he tried his hand at all sorts of things before he finally recognized his true calling in medicine.
Interesting. I imagine that's a common experience for many people.
Definitely. It can take time and exploration to figure out where our passions truly lie.
Absolutely. We don't always know our purpose right away.
Exactly. Bethune seemed to struggle with that for a while before it clicked.
But once he found his calling in medicine, he was able to make such an impact, right?
Absolutely. He became this renowned physician and humanitarian.
That's a good lesson, that it's worth persevering to discover our true work.
Definitely. Not everyone finds it right away, but the journey can be so rewarding.
I agree. The process of self-discovery is so important, even if it's not linear.
Well said. It makes me wonder about my own path and what might be out there for me.
I'm sure you'll continue to explore and uncover more about your true calling, John.
I certainly hope so. It's an exciting prospect, even if it takes some time.
Absolutely. The search is half the adventure, in my opinion.
I couldn't agree more, Anna. This has been a thought-provoking discussion.
Lesson 14, Moving In.
Morning, Anna. Oh yes, I just moved in last week. I'm still getting used to the new place.
Hello, John. Oh, how exciting. How's the new place treating you so far?
It's been an adjustment, but I'm slowly settling in. The layout is a little different than my old apartment.
I can imagine. Moving can be such a big change. What's the best part about the new place so far?
Well, the kitchen is much bigger, which is great since I love to cook. And the balcony overlooks a lovely little park.
Ah, that sounds wonderful. Having extra space and a nice view must be so nice.
Definitely. Although, I will say, unpacking all those boxes has been a workout.
I bet. Moving is always such a chore. Have you had time to explore the neighborhood yet?
A little bit. I found a great little cafe just around the corner that makes an amazing cappuccino.
Ooh, a new favorite coffee spot, that's always a good sign when you move somewhere new.
Absolutely. It's one of the first things I scope out whenever I relocate.
Smart thinking. Well, I'm so glad the transition is going well overall. Let me know if you need any help with unpacking or getting settled.
I really appreciate that, Anna. I might just take you up on that offer sometime soon.
Lesson 15, Downtown Finds.
Hey, Anna. I was wondering if you had any clothing store recommendations downtown.
Hello, John. Absolutely, I usually find great options at that small boutique on Main Street.
Ah, yes, I think I know the one you're talking about. What makes it so good?
The owner has such a great eye for unique, quality pieces. And the prices are really reasonable.
That sounds perfect. I'm in the market for a few new shirts and maybe a nice jacket.
Well, I'm sure you'll find some fantastic options there. The selection is always changing too.
Good to know. I usually struggle to find things that fit well off the rack.
I understand that struggle. This place is great because the owner is super helpful with alterations.
Oh, that's clutch. I hate having to take everything to a tailor afterwards.
Exactly. It's so convenient. I'd be happy to go with you if you want a second opinion.
That would be awesome, Anna. When are you free to hit the shops?
How about this weekend? I'm free most of Saturday if that works for you.
Saturday it is then. I really appreciate you helping me out with this.
Lesson 16, Cowboy Connections.
Yo, Anna. I've got the most interesting story to share from my trip to Calgary.
Ooh, do tell. I'm all ears. What happened on your adventure up north?
Well, you know how I went to check out that rodeo event, right? I ended up striking up a conversation with one of the cowboys.
A real-life cowboy? How exciting. What was he like? I bet he had some captivating tales.
Oh man, this guy was the real deal. Grizzled, weathered, but with this twinkle in his eye. He was full of personality.
I can just imagine. Cowboys always seem to have such fascinating stories. What did you two chat about?
He was telling me all about life on the ranch, breaking in wild horses, even some of the local business owners he knows.
Fascinating. It must have been so interesting to get an insider's perspective on the Calgary community.
Definitely. This guy, Wiedick, was super friendly and wanted to share his experiences.
Wiedek, huh? What an unique name. I'd love to hear more about your conversation with him.
Well, Wiedick was saying how he's worked with a lot of the local entrepreneurs, helping them out however he can.
That's so cool that he's so involved in the community. Cowboys often have such strong ties to their hometowns.
Exactly. He seemed really proud of the Calgary business scene and all the hard-working people there.
I can imagine. It must have been wonderful to get that local insight straight from the source.
It really was. I'm so glad I got to connect with Weedic. Felt like a genuine, once-in-a-lifetime experience.
Lesson 17, Parrot Antics.
Hey Anna, you'll never believe what happened to me at the zoo today.
Ooh, do tell. I'm all ears. What sort of adventure did you have?
Well, I was walking around, taking in all the different exhibits, when I came across this massive cage.
A massive cage, huh? What kind of animal was inside? I'm guessing it must have been something pretty impressive.
That's the thing, it wasn't just any animal. It was a parrot. And this was no ordinary parrot either.
A parrot? In a huge cage? That does sound quite unusual. What made this parrot so special?
This thing was gigantic. I mean, I've seen parrots before, but never one this big. It must have been over 2 feet tall.
Wow, a parrot that size? I can't even imagine. What did it do when you approached the cage?
That's the best part, as soon as I walked up, the parrot started squawking at me. It was like it was trying to strike up a conversation.
Haha, a chatty parrot. I bet that was quite the experience. What did you do, talk back to it?
You bet I did. I started mimicking its calls, seeing if we could have a little back and forth.
No way. You actually engaged with the giant parrot? I'm impressed. Did you two end up becoming friends?
I like to think we did, in a way. By the time I left, that parrot and I were trading all sorts of squawks and whistles.
That's amazing. What a unique encounter. I wish I could have been there to see you communicating with the feathery giant.
It was definitely one of the more memorable experiences I've had at the zoo. I'm still chuckling about that chatty parrot.
Lesson 18, Busy Schedules.
Morning, Anna. Say, I've been meaning to ask you, how do you manage to fit everything into your day?
It's all about finding a good balance. I try to stay organized and prioritize the most important things.
Yeah, I can imagine it's not easy. I always feel like there's never enough time in the day to get everything done.
Tell me about it. Between work, chores, errands, and trying to squeeze in some personal time, it can get a bit overwhelming.
Definitely. And then you have to factor in things like exercise and socializing too. It's a lot to juggle.
Absolutely. I find that having a solid routine helps a lot. But even then, sometimes unexpected things come up that throw everything off.
Exactly. That's where I struggle the most. I'm not great at adapting when my schedule gets disrupted.
I hear you. It takes practice, but being flexible is key. Otherwise, you just end up stressed out all the time.
You're right. I should probably work on that. Any tips for someone who likes to have everything planned out?
Well, one thing that's helped me is building in a bit of cushion time between activities. That way, if something runs late, I'm not completely thrown off.
Ah, that's a smart idea. Leave a little wiggle room in the schedule. I'll have to try that.
Definitely. And don't be afraid to say no sometimes, too. It's okay to prioritize your own time and needs.
Good point. I tend to overcommit myself because I hate letting people down.
I know the feeling. But your own well-being has to come first. Otherwise, you'll just end up burning out.
You're absolutely right. I'll keep that in mind going forward. Thanks for the helpful advice, Anna.
Lesson 19, Navigating a New City.
Hey Anna, I just moved to a new city and I'm finding it a bit challenging to meet people. Any tips?
Oh, I've been there. Moving to a new place can definitely be tough, especially when you don't know anyone. But there are ways to make it easier.
That's reassuring to hear. What kinds of things have you found helpful?
Well, one thing that really helped me was getting involved in the local community. I joined a club or two and started volunteering.
That's a great idea. What kind of clubs did you join?
I tried out a few different ones, a hiking group, a book club, and even a recreational sports league. It's a nice way to meet people with similar interests.
A sports league sounds fun. I'm always up for getting active. Any other suggestions?
Absolutely. I also found that putting myself out there on social media can be really useful. Join local Facebook groups or meetup.com.
Oh, that's a smart move. I'll have to check that out. I'm definitely the type who prefers face-to-face interaction, though.
I hear you. That's why I also recommend just getting out and exploring your new city. Go to local events, try new restaurants, chat with the barista at your favorite coffee shop.
Ooh, that sounds like a good way to get a feel for the local vibe. I'll have to be a little more outgoing, but it's worth a shot.
Definitely. And don't be afraid to strike up conversations with people. Most folks are usually happy to chat and share recommendations.
That's a good point. I tend to be a bit shy, but I should probably just put myself out there more.
Exactly. The more you put yourself out there, the more comfortable you'll become. It's all about building that confidence.
You're right. I think I just need to take that first step. Thanks for the great advice, Anna. I feel a lot more prepared to tackle this.
Lesson 20, Delivering Packages.
Morning, Anna. I was hoping you could help me out with something.
Absolutely, John. What do you need?
Well, I've got a few packages that need to be delivered, and I was wondering if you might be able to lend a hand.
Of course, I'd be happy to help. Where are the packages headed?
They're going to a few different addresses across town. I can send you the details if that would be easier.
Sure, that would be great. Just send them over and I'll get them sorted out.
Awesome, thanks so much. I really appreciate you taking the time to do this.
No problem at all. I'm always happy to lend a hand. When do you need them delivered?
Ideally, as soon as possible. The recipients are expecting them today.
Okay, got it. Certainly, I'll bring them along when I go out later. Should be able to get them dropped off within a couple of hours.
You're a lifesaver, Anna. I don't know what I'd do without you.